Pink lights. Welcome back to Cole and Noah, Our Friends, episode 10?
10? We did it. We made it to 10.
We made it to 10 episodes on season 2. We're on a real hot streak of recording here. We got one episode in the tank for this week.
Yep.
We're going to potentially record 2 today.
Yep.
We're podcasters again.
We're ahead, which feels great.
We got pink lights in this room right now.
We do.
Looking good. We got Kids Week coming up. Just naming things.
Are you helping with any of that?
I'm leading worship.
Oh, are you really?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting.
Leading the old worship. So, you know.
I am excited because I'm pretty sure Isaac Swanberg is helping lead worship for Papillion.
Oh,
Kids
that's
Week.
cool.
Yeah. So
that's great.
He's been not that pretty much most of you would know who Isaac is. But if you do, he's been working hard. He's grown a lot as a guitarist.
What was I going to say? Oh, last week I said that one of the episodes that comes out tomorrow, you can go see Spider-Verse, which technically you can.
Yeah, you can.
Probably not till like late afternoon when it comes out, but I was wrong. But after this episode comes out, the show will have been out for a week, so you can see Across the Spider-Verse, and I'm just so excited.
It looks great.
I just cannot wait.
Did you just say chai tea?
Yeah,
chai means tea. Who said tea?
Which I didn't know that. So
I didn't know that either.
You learned something from the movies.
I was like, thanks, Miles, for humiliating yourself so that I could learn something.
I'm just so excited about the amount of Spider-Men that are in this movie. Also, oh my Lanta, something you might not have seen.
Yes.
The trailer, gameplay trailer for Spider-Man 2
I did
out.
watch that. I watched the whole 14 minutes of the gameplay.
Lanta.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
And that comes out this fall.
I imagine I don't even
watch
know
gameplay?
what I was about to say there, but it makes me really want to play that game.
Yeah.
And I don't play those games no more.
But I mean, you could watch gameplay when it comes out.
I could watch someone else play it like a freak.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, hey, side note about that.
That's
okay, let's talk about this. So in that trailer, it starts off these Kraven the Hunter guys show up to attack Kirk Connors.
By the way, his arms were massive,
Kraven was
realistically massive.
He's a large boy.
Yeah. These are spoilers for the trailer, by the way.
It doesn't spoil anything. So my friend Tyler and I were talking. We're trying to figure out where in the game this takes place because, so in the very first trailer that came out 2 years ago, it showed Venom in the alleyway.
Yes.
Oh, Siri, stop it. So it showed Venom in the trailer. It's like, oh, will you be a challenge to me? The voiceover for Kraven. And then Venom's like, yes, we will. And it showed the typical Venom, right?
Right.
In this new trailer, they're going to attack Kirk Connors. And who pops out of this basement after presumably Kirk Connors did is symbiote Spider-Man. But it shows Peter jumping out in his red and blue suit, landing, and then the suit taking over his suit. So a couple questions that I have. One, where does this take place in the game? 2, if Harry was the one with the symbiote, why in this gameplay trailer does Peter make reference to, I have to find Dr. Connors. He's the only one who can save Harry.
Right, because
when presumably Harry's already been in this chamber with this symbiote.
Right.
So did the symbiote not latch to Harry? Has Peter already seen Harry with the symbiote? How did Peter get the symbiote? Will Peter actually become Venom in this, or will he just be the symbiote? Because at the end of the trailer, Miles says something to the effect of, how are you going to fight him? Did you see this, how big his teeth were?
Right.
He's like, he says something to the effect of, I've got big teeth
huge
too.
teeth.
Yeah, he's like, oh, so do I. Yeah, which is interesting because how? But there's just a lot of questions I have about this form of symbiote Peter Parker. Side note, the suit looks incredible. I mean, classic.
It looks so cool.
One.
It is. It's classic in a way, and yet I love the eyes because the eyes look gross.
Yeah, and it has muscles and tendons you can kind of see on the body. So again, adding to that gross factor.
It is freaky. It makes me go, ooh, get that thing off of you, which I think is great. You're supposed to go, oh wow, this thing is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought the trailer looked sick. I'm excited that you can shift between Miles and Peter. Hopefully, this was in a mission, obviously, but in free time you can just do that. Also, they added 2 new areas of New York City you couldn't go to before. So Queens, you can go to another borough, and then the East River or something that I heard. So excited about that. That whole game I mean, just as a Spider-Man fan, bummed we didn't see any new Wolverine footage. But I would assume Insomniac was working to
I forgot they're
get
working on
all
that.
this Spider-Man stuff out.
Yeah.
And then once Spider-Man drops, then it's going to be full bore into Wolverine.
Yep.
I'd assume they don't want to put too much pressure on themselves to do like, here's Wolverine and Spider-Man. Oh, dual. Yeah, Wolverine is coming out, like to not take away any hype from one or the other.
Yep.
So, yeah, so that happened.
It looks awesome. That game looks fantastic. I'm sure it will be because they did such a good job with the first Spider-Man.
And this one, and they did great with Miles Morales. Like, given the Miles game, I thought the story was really, really good, but it did feel kind of like a DLC. It was longer than a traditional DLC, but it still felt like it could have been a DLC-ish thing.
Yeah.
So, regardless, it was a fantastic game. Insomniac just knows how to make Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
Like, they just know how to make them.
I think it would be super cool if they could figure out a way to make a multiplayer mode for Spider-Man.
Yeah, that would be sick,
I think
especially
that'd be
with
awesome.
that.
Because it lacks that, like, there's no way to do multiplayer. So you're leaning hard on the whatever makes single-player games fun. But there's got to be ways to say, okay, what would it be like to be able to say, all right, we've made a lobby where I kind of like Grand Theft Auto works.
Yeah.
You've got a lobby and you've got the entire city they've built to go around and do stuff, right? And everybody can be a number of whatever characters. Maybe everybody's Spider-Man. Maybe it's a Spider-Verse thing like, oh, the Spider-Verse is here. And
nuts.
that's the
That would be
multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
Everybody can be Spider-Man.
That would be such a massive game.
Yeah. It would be huge. Insomniac, I know you're listening. Do it.
We know you frequently listen.
Yeah.
Dude, speaking of similar to Grand Theft Auto, recently there was a I mean, as with everything, Grand Theft Auto 6 has now been confirmed.
Yeah, we talked about that last season.
Yeah, so but nothing more has been said about it, which it makes sense.
Yep.
But there's been rumors of like what the size of the map is going to be in comparison to GTA 5, and the rumored one is supposedly this. That's supposedly the map difference. On the right is GTA 5, on the left is GTA 6.
Oh my gosh. Hang on. Where is this supposed to be Vice City?
It'll be in Vice City and then part of South America.
Okay. Dude.
Supposedly. That's the rumored thing. So this is all hearsay, rumor, whatever.
Sure.
But, I mean, if that's the case, that is a very vast difference in size.
That is insane. This map has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cities on it.
Yep, exactly.
That is bonkers.
And size, and when you think of GTA 5, it's like it's a big game.
It's a huge map.
And so to think of that, it's like it getting bigger than that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you even think of like, I mean, they did the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. Mm-hmm. The downfall of Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting across the map is
hard, long,
heinous because you have to do that on a horse. Whereas like, the horse has stamina too. It's like,
you're right.
Oh man, I have to stop and feed my horse. It would take like a real life like 2 hours to get across the map on horseback.
Dude, could you imagine if you had to fill up your car with gas in GTA?
Dude, that would be so hardcore.
That's the next business thing they need. You can own gas stations.
Oh, that's not bad.
Oil
barons, I mean, to be fair,
dude.
On GTA RP servers, you do have to do that. You do have to like fill up your gas.
Oh yeah,
it's not very like a realistic 1-to-1 of like real life gas tanks or anything. But I mean, you have to do it.
That map is big. I remember way back when I used to play GTA 5. Like one time, I was like, I wonder how long it'll take me to literally drive all the way around the map in my. I think I had a Zenturo or whatever
Zentorno.
That is.
The first fastest car in the game.
First super fast car. Now it's like nothing.
No,
but
not even close.
Yeah. I think that thing took me somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes. And it was just, I'm taking the highway all the way around the edge of the map as fast as I can go. I didn't hit anything. It was just, right?
It is, I mean, it is fascinating. And I think, so the thing with GTA that's kept me playing is the online capacity. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that draws me to, like, certain single-player games is just the depth of playing a character I've always wanted to be. So, like, lately, or the latest game I've done that with is Jedi Survivor.
Right.
And, again, not a huge Star Wars guy, but playing as Cal Kestis. The thing is, I wasn't going to buy this game till it was out for a while. But then I saw there's more character customization this time around.
A whole lot.
A whole bunch more. Hairstyles, facial hairstyles.
You want a Jedi with a mullet? You got it.
That for me was what drew me in, though. Legitimately, like, was the customization of, like, I can change his hair and his facial hair and way more of his clothes. And this one, they also added what I call the Kylo Ren lightsaber.
Oh, the sword guard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like a heavy attack. So it's like it's slower, which kind of stinks. They also added the dual wielding. So last game it was single blade and the Maul style, basically Darth Maul style. This game they added not only dual wielding, so now you can have 2 lightsabers, which drew me in.
Awesome.
You can also have blaster guard, which is 1 lightsaber and a blaster. And then the other one, which is the cross guard, which is like a heavy, weighty lightsaber. And I just went through with that. And then the dual saber. But just the customization.
Yeah.
So playing as that kind of a Jedi made me feel like I was controlling a toy again.
Yeah.
And then with Spider-Man, I mean, it's everybody's dream to like swing around New York City as Spider-Man.
Oh, totally.
Like, and that first game was just insane. The Arkham games for me, especially Arkham Knight, in that one specifically, there was a DLC that came out where you could play as the Michael Keaton Batsuit and drive the Michael Keaton Batmobile through Gotham City.
Dude.
And that, for me, I was like, dude, if this would have come out around now with Robert Pattinson, oh, my Lanta. Like, that suit plus that Batmobile, be game over. I'd never play anything else.
I feel like that has gone away. Like, there was a time where, like, all the games were... Here's intense customization levels you can do. Like Tony Hawk games, make your own character. Fallout games, make your own character.
Yep.
Like so much. You'd spend so much time
in
making the person you wanted, right? And then, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that just kind of like went away. That wasn't the thing for a while.
With certain games, like Saints Row did it incorrectly. For me, Saints Row, their character customization is so sick and so in-depth, but the game is miserable to play.
Yeah.
Like the newest one. Whereas GTA, I think they could learn something from that with a lot more customization options. Now, given GTA has a ton of customization options, I wish there was just more.
Yeah.
Like little subtle things that you can do in Saints Row that you can't do in GTA. But like GTA's gameplay is still just leaps and bounds ahead.
Yeah.
And Saints Row is just not there.
You know what has just really great customization is Sims 4.
Yeah. I mean, Sims games have to.
Well, not quite. Like if you... Were you ever into Sims? Like, did you play much Sims?
I played the Sims that featured the Black Eyed Peas.
I have no idea which one that is.
Because I distinctly remember the Let's Get It Started, but the Sims thing where it's like, Miss Monum Donum, Miss Monum Donum,
Sims language.
You know what I mean? So that one, I think that was on PS3, and I want it might have been Sims 2 or Sims 3.
One. Yeah. Probably Sims 2.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Sims featuring.
So Sims made a major shift between Sims 3 and Sims 4, aesthetically speaking, because Sims 3, really all of them, Sims 1, 2, and 3.
The Herbs, Sims in the City.
Oh, I remember.
And it was on PS2? No way.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
They had a couple console versions that were like just console.
2004, bro.
There was a Game Boy one that was...
That's when I was playing this.
Sims,
was 2004. Yeah,
Sims
I played the Herb, Sims in the City.
Dude.
So that's what I did.
Yeah. No, dude, I loved Sims. Sims 1, 2, and 3 attempted some realism. And you could feel it, especially in Sims 3. It was like they're trying to make things and people and buildings look more realistic. And then Sims 4, they jumped into way more of like a, let's just embrace some animated feel to this. Like it's meant to feel kind of almost Pixar-like cartoony, right? And that was really cool. And then they came out with a whole new level of customization for people. Like Sims has always been like, make your person, how big or small they are, how do you dress them, right? Whatever. Sims 1 was super, super vanilla, super basic customization.
Yep.
Now you can do... Like, if you want, the advanced options for customizing a person are insane. You can, like, practically sculpt a person's face the way you want it. Same with their entire body.
That was like Fallout 4.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's cool. And there's a whole, of course, there's an online library where people, like, make things and upload stuff there. So you can find, like, replica Sims that are supposed to be characters from a show or a movie or a comic or whatever.
Yeah. For me, character customization is always the biggest thing in a game. Like that's why I love the wrestling games. I love being able to make my guy and make like my son, or like last year I made my life group.
You
in my
mentioned
game.
that.
I love doing stuff like that. That to me is so much fun. And then just simulate. I still have yet to do that in this game because it just takes a long time to make everybody in my life group. It is a chore.
How often would you, like when you would customize characters, was it always you making another version of you, or would you make up?
Usually, it depends. So, as I got older, it was mostly just making me, so I could have story mode and stuff like that. And then occasionally, I would make my friends. But sometimes, like, I remember it was WWE 2K14. It was like the last one I had on PS3.
Sure.
And my friends and I downloaded 20 superheroes / supervillains, and we would do a Royal Rumble with them. And I would like create their entrance. I would download their theme song and upload it to my PS3.
Yep.
And so we would do these Royal Rumbles, basically that would simulate between 20 heroes, and we would get to draft our heroes and stuff like that. And so I had like Batman, Winter Soldier, Joker, Captain America, Wolverine. Like I had all these different people, had their finisher set and everything like that. So that was the last time I did something that extensively with other people. And last year, like creating my life group was the most extensive I've gone with that. Typically, it's just creating me and Kian, and then like this year I downloaded Batman because there's a really good Robert Pattinson's Batman on there that I downloaded. But other than that,
that makes sense.
Makes sense. I mean, it's fun though. Character customization for me is like a huge thing that draws me in. Like that's why another reason I love the Spider-Man games is the ability to like change costumes. Yeah. That's why, like, for me, I went around the city and got all the costumes I could first. Yeah. Like, that's probably what I'll do in this game, too. Like, the first portion of my playthrough is, like, going through the city, doing occasional missions, but for the most part, I do everything I can to get every suit, every upgrade first, and then I go through the story, and certain battles are way easier because I
you feel it.
I need.
Do you feel bad when that happens? Because I do. When I did that with an Assassin's. I mean, I think I did that with Spider-Man 2, but I did that with an Assassin's Creed game where there were like territories, where you're like clear this territory and then it's good or you own it or whatever. Yep. And I am like a completionist for those things, like nobody's business. So I'd go to places you shouldn't be going to yet, complete it, you shouldn't be able to complete it yet, die a bajillion times, but I'm like, gosh darn it, I'm gonna do this, and it's available.
Same thing I did with Jedi Survivor,
which means I should be doing it now. Like if it's available, I should do it now, right? And so you do it, you unlock stuff, and then you go through the campaign, and the campaign is like setting you up, suggesting to do a new thing you've never done before, and you're like, oh, I did that all the time on that territory I crushed.
Go fight these guys,
shoot, I'm way over leveled for this.
And certain things you have to unlock in the story, so certain things in Jedi Survivor you couldn't do, but like for me, one of them was I went and found, like, because I just wander and I just find new places, or like I'll cheese an area that I'm not supposed to be able to get to, so I'll just like jump against a rock that'll slowly boost me up,
get you up,
and I do it until it gets me up there, and I'll fight enemies and die a ton that I shouldn't be fighting. Like fought the Rancor, that was awful. Yep. And I found a thing online. No, the Rancor I think I beat in the way that this guide taught me that I didn't cheese it. There's another thing that I fought. It's called like Spawn of Ogdo, and there's a way that you can cheese it to where you hide behind this thing, and it can't attack you, so it just like shuts off its attack. But if you have the dual blade lightsaber and you keep doing the spin attack, it'll keep hitting it, so it thinks it's in combat, but it doesn't know. So you just keep doing it. And if you're not in combat, you have unlimited force, rather than in combat, you have limited force. Okay. So I'm just doing the spin attack, hitting this Spawn of Ogdo until it dies, and then whatever. And then another time I fought another Rancor, but I got it to come at me, and then I jumped up on this thing away from it to where I could still attack it. So I had it locked on and would just throw my lightsaber, wait for my thing to fill back up, throw my lightsaber until it died. So there's certain ways that I would just cheese it to dude. But I'm like, dude, these fights suck. I hate like Dark Souls style games. Oh yeah. And that's what Jedi Survivor is. And I just am so bad. And so I was like, any way that I can cheese a fight, I'm gonna cheese the fight. Sure. Like, there's no two ways about it. And so
that's funny.
Yeah, man. So Spider-Man, when it comes out, I'll probably swing around the city and figure out where all the stuff is via a guide online, because I'm not just going to hunt those down myself, and get all the suits that I can. And so like before I even beat the game, I had like the underwear suit from the game and things like that.
Got everything.
Yeah.
That game was not hard to 100%. That was actually kind of disappointing. It was too easy to 100%.
But I love that game. Was so good, so much fun.
I can't believe how long ago this was, because Spider-Man came out before COVID.
2018.
Yeah, That was the beginning of my probably major steps towards saying I'm going to be done playing video games, because I played Spider-Man for however many months, and then I had decided, okay, I'm going to take a year. I'm going to put all my games away. I'm not going to play any computer games, no console games, nothing.
I feel like potentially, and it's your life, so I could be wrong, I feel like you didn't play Spider-Man right away. I feel like you took that year before you played Spider-Man.
No, I did play Spider-Man right away because I ended, like, my last day. I think it was like December 31st or something.
Mm-hmm.
My last day playing video games was playing Spider-Man because I was just enjoying swinging through the city one more time.
Oh, there was another game we talked about before you took like your year away from video games. Anyways.
But I finished by literally, I was like swinging, and then I tilted the camera just so that I could, like, it was under Spider-Man. You're looking kind of up towards the buildings and towards the sky or whatever, right? And then just falling. And I was like, I wonder where he's going to fall. And he fell in a bush. So all I could see was like plants and the sky. And I was like, I feel like that's a really good way to be done for a year. And that's how I ended. That was it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, then I hung him up for a year. And then after that year, I started playing again and played for a few more years. And then, last, I think it was December again. It was like, yeah, I'm done. I just need to put them away. So, fun, but sometimes, man, like, making decisions around priorities and stuff is hard sometimes. And I love games, and there's nothing wrong with playing games. So, like, no, I don't want anyone
that's
to
just
feel
where you
like,
were at.
oh, Cole thinks he's better than all of us. That's just...
Basically what Cole is saying is he thinks video games are demonic.
Yep.
So...
Yep. Stop playing video games and play D&D instead.
The complete opposite direction. The complete opposite direction.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't play video games a ton. It's usually if I have free time, I'll try and play something. But the only game I really play now is GTA as I wait for Spider-Man to come out.
Yeah.
And like even then, that's basically just if somebody can get online with me.
Yeah.
Playing that by myself is okay, but it's not awesome.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, I think the thing for me is I just started going, man, I really feel the limitations of my time. And I feel like I want to be pickier about what I do with my time so that I'm getting the most out of it, or I'm getting more out of it. And the games that I enjoy playing often meant I'm either playing all alone or I'm playing multiplayer games that very well may make me angry because the game's not going the way I want it to.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think I can waste time making myself angry and go, yeah, I'm glad I did that. That was a good
use of my time.
Yeah, that was a good hour or two, you know. Or worse, like nights when it's like, man, I've been stressed all week and I just want a game, so I'm going to stay up late. I'm not going to go to bed at the same time as Kylie, and me and the boys are going to be up till 1 or 2 in the morning saying, oh, just one more. Oh, just one more. You know, like that and a bunch of other, like, knowing how much effort it took for me to say, here's how I will have this in my life responsibly, because it is too easy for me to have it in my life irresponsibly and give in to the like addictive tendencies of being on it all the time. It just costs too much energy. And I was like, I think I want more out of life, and video games is something that's keeping me from doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But there are other people who manage it really, really well. Hats off to you. I'm not one of them. I can't do it. So
hey, that's all right.
But it's been fun. For those who are curious, occasionally I miss it. I'm like, oh, that sounds like it would feel good right now to play a game. But my life is not any worse. It is actually, I think, better. And I'm glad I did it. So
imagine. You're like, yep, gave up video games. My life is in shambles.
It's miserable. My marriage is falling apart. My children hate me, and they're not even 5 yet. And I'm in crippling debt. Please help me.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That's not true.
It's not true. None of that's true.
Oh, I just clicked on a Spider-Man thing.
Spooderman. Do you guys have any summer plans?
Sabbatical.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
But so Tara and I are going to Charleston. I always almost say Charlotte, but that's not right. We're going to Charleston, South Carolina. Is that where that is?
That sounds right? Charleston.
I think that's where that is.
Isn't there a Charlottesville in South Carolina?
Sure.
Hang on. This is the part of the podcast.
Yep, Charleston,
where
South Carolina. So that's where that is.
everyone realizes Cole's geography is
Charlottesville,
bad.
Virginia.
Charlottesville, Virginia.
And
That's
then
what
there's
it
a
is.
Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a lot of char.
Whole lot.
There's
of
also
char.
a Charleston's right by
There's a whole
Life
lot
Gate.
of char in that.
Yeah, so there's that. Yep, so we're doing that, and then I think we're going with the kids to Kansas City after we get back from that, and then I'll just have 2 weeks here in Omaha
Nice.
doing Lord knows what. I
Lord knows
am
what.
stressing hard about that because I don't do well with letting go of things, but I'm believing that. It will be fine. Church will be fine, but I just don't like letting go of control. I'm like, ooh, maybe I'll go lead worship at another church just for fun.
Don't do it, Noah. Don't do
Maybe
it.
I'll just like reach out to a friend and be like, hey, I'd love to come lead worship.
Don't
I'm
do
off.
it.
But I think Tim would be very upset with me if I
I
did that.
would be upset with you. I'd be
Yeah.
like, don't waste your sabbatical doing ministry stuff. Don't do that.
But it's just so much fun. I don't get
Do
to
it.
I don't get to lead worship at other
Noah,
churches.
Lock yourself away with your guitar and lead worship for you and spend time with Jesus doing that.
That's so hard though.
Yeah, but you'll
Because
like
I don't
it.
know what
It's
Jesus will say to me when I'm quiet with him.
worth-
I don't know that I want him to say anything. I mean, I do, but I don't know that I don't know that I'm ready to listen. And that's my problem.
Oh, man. You're going to love sabbatical.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
That's what people tell me. But I'm just not sure I believe him yet. You know.
That's what people say.
Well, that's what the people say.
That's life.
Let's change these lights to purple.
Oh.
Let's change them to amber.
That's pretty. Amber walks in the room.
Yeah. Which one?
Oh, that's true. We have, we really like to people stack here at Life
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of mics.
Lot
Mike
of
Snow, Mike
mics.
Hintz, Mike Ballard. Is that it?
for now.
For now.
We got
We got a lot of middle name Roberts.
Do we?
My middle name's Robert. Sean's middle name is Robert. There's somebody else. There's 2 or 3 other people. with
There's
the middle
first name Robert.
There's first name Robert. We only got one Cole. We only got one Noah.
That's true.
So
That's why we're friends, because we're one of a kind.
wow, I don't know about that. Noah was the most popular boy name in like 2014.
Ah, really?
Mm-hmm.
My dad named me Cole after a dude named Cole Younger, who was a part of an old Western gang, the Younger Brothers, I guess. And he liked the name and thought it was
Nice.
cool. What he didn't know is apparently, and I haven't fact-checked this. I should probably fact-check this.
No.
But apparently, which my dad learned later, like when I was in middle school, that Cole Younger left his gangster cowboy ways and became a minister.
Oh,
Mhm.
same as you.
Same as me. I left my gangster cowboy ways behind.
I don't know why I got named Noah. I think that's just what my parents decided on.
Yep.
Bible, probably.
Sure.
I don't know, maybe. Also, February 29th, I see this on the screen here. That was my grandma's birthday.
Oh, no way.
A little fun fact about February 29th, that only comes around every 4 years.
It does.
So technically, when she passed away, she was only like 16 years old.
Sure, that's how that works.
No, we celebrated her birthday every year, but
Hey,
it is a...
Did you know that, do you know what the Tropic of Cancer is? And the, what's the other one? Tropic of...
No.
You don't know
I
what these
mean,
are?
I've heard both of those things before, but I don't know what they are.
Okay. I find this fascinating, but it's kind of a nerd thing, so I won't take too long explaining it.
Oh, also happy... oh, wait, no. This will be very late for this, but Thomas Knutson and Rachel Reedy are getting married this Saturday.
Whoa!
June 3rd. So pretty crazy.
Happy marriage day.
Happy wedding. But when this comes out, it'll have already happened by about a week and a half. So congrats on being married. Hopefully it's great.
I have something bonkers to tell you about a wedding. Okay.
About a wedding?
About a wedding.
About the equator?
And let me tell you first about the equator and the tropics of Cancer and Tropic of
Okay,
Capricorn.
I'll circle back wedding.
Okay. Here's a short version. The whole reason I'm telling you this, these things move, right? Like on our maps, the equator and the tropics are like in a fixed location.
Yeah.
In real life, they shift like constantly because they are determined. Well, the equator is like the center of the Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that one shifts, but the tropics shift because the tropics represent like where the sun hits. How do I say this? It has to do with the Earth's tilt, and when that point of the Earth is rotating around the sun at just the right way,
When the Earth has
tilted
been
at
playing
just the
video
right
games.
way. Sure.
Tilted it just the right way.
Yeah, it gets tilted because it lost another MOBA that they shouldn't have lost.
The Tropics of Cancer play League.
That's why they're Cancer.
Anyway, sorry.
So it has to do with the Earth's tilt
Yes.
and its rotation around the sun, and when that part of the Earth gets like the literal most sun exposure it can possibly get, and where the crests of the sunlight hit, and all that stuff, yada yada yada. Anyways, those spots on the Earth shift and move because apparently the Earth's tilt warbles a little bit. Yeah, I had no idea. And so there are places where there are signs all around the world that will say, here is the Tropic of Cancer, right? But there are some places that will say, here was the Tropic of Cancer in 2010. Here is where it was in 2011. Here, and they like have marked out how it's shifted over time, which is bananas. I thought it was so cool.
Interesting.
So there you go.
I thought there were places. I mean, they're
No.
kind of places.
I mean, they're a place in the way that the equator is a place.
Did you know that every day and every day are two different things, and that one of them is an adjective? Every day, 2 words,
Yep.
is in reference to every single day.
Every single day.
Every day is meaning like average.
He's just an everyday
And that's
worker.
an adjective.
That's just an every.
And I didn't
That's
know
an
that.
everyday spoon.
Yep.
It's not
And
the
I didn't
same
know
as a
that.
special spoon.
And I was like, wait, how do you use every day as an adjective? Not remembering English. Anyways, about this wedding.
That's like buffalo.
Oh, I love
that you
that one.
talked
I
about.
love that one. I love
can't
it so much.
believe that one. So,
Yeah.
wedding.
Wedding.
So I did a wedding for a couple.
When?
As of this recording, it was maybe 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
I did a wedding for a couple. It was super great. They're fun. The wedding was beautiful. It was a blast. And what I did not realize is that after that wedding and after we signed their certificate,
Yes.
they still were not legally married. Because turns out they had a Nebraska marriage license,
Oh, no.
and the wedding venue was in Iowa.
Oh, no.
And you can't do that.
No, you can't.
And I didn't know that, and they didn't know that. None of us who were a part of the wedding knew that. So, yeah, I signed their stuff. We made sure we signed everything right, got the county right, the date right, names right,
no.
sign here, print here, all that. Like, we went over that document thoroughly because I didn't want to leave any mistakes. That would be so unprofessional.
Yikes.
And then I see them a couple weeks later at church, and I was like, hey, like, how's marriage bliss? And they're like, well, technically we're not married. And I was like, excuse me? Oh, what?
Hold on.
Yeah, so I got to perform their legal wedding after church, like, last week.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So that put, man, can you,
Did you go through the whole thing again?
No.
Invite all their people back?
We should have. We should have been like, the first one was a trial run. Y'all did great.
Great job, everybody.
It was awesome.
Great job. You guys are great. You're great guests.
You're tripping over your words there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that made me think. I was like, theologically, I was like, what does this mean? Like, if that happened to you, do you go, for all intents and purposes, I am married. It's just the state of Nebraska doesn't recognize it yet.
I would say yes, because even in biblical times, it's not like if they got married in Nazareth.
That's true. It's not like they had marriage
And then,
scrolls.
Yeah. They're like,
Unless
did you
they
fill out
did.
your marriage scroll and send it to Jesus?
Hey, this
Like,
this scroll is from Jerusalem.
if they lived in Nazareth and got married in Bethlehem, it's not like Jesus was like,
Can't do it, guys.
you better
Sorry.
not be doing what married people do. You're not married. Jesus is also from Brooklyn. Hey, let me tell you, you better not be in that marriage bed because you're not married.
You're not married. I know we did the ceremony. I know you took vows. I know that I said by the power vested in me,
By God and the state of
by
Nebraska.
God and the state of Nebraska,
in Iowa.
as a minister of the gospel and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I would say
Oh my god.
if that happened to me and they were like concerned, because I know in my mind, like, I don't know. I think even if I was in that situation, I'd be like, no, I'm married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
God
I agree.
recognizes that I am married. I do not care if the state recognizes that I'm married.
Yep.
Now, I say that, and that could get real dicey with some other situations, but I'm just saying, like, this specifically for this situation,
Yeah,
that is what I will say.
I agree. And that's basically how we handled it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, Cole, episode 10 has come to a conclusion.
It
we
has.
got episode 11 to record.
we
So now,
do.
let's give some recs.
Recommendations.
This week, because you can actually see it. If you haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse, go see Across the Spider-Verse. Also watch the Batman, obviously. Come on.
Sure.
If
you haven't,
and
what are you doing
then
with your
I
life?
would say go find a topic you are passionate about on YouTube and watch a little YouTube documentary about it. Do that. Because there is so much on YouTube. No, you know what? Go watch somebody. I can't remember his name. I think his name is Nick AR Gaming. Oh shoot, what's his name? He does. Nick AR. He does platinums, and he's a clean YouTuber. So I can recommend his. There's another guy named Snamwitches who's very funny, and he does these different, like, really difficult trophies.
Sure.
One guy, Nick AR, does platinuming. Snamwitches does, like, impossible trophies.
Yeah.
Just go watch one of those guys get, like, a really hard trophy or platinum a game. It is fascinating to watch somebody platinum a game or, like, get a very difficult trophy. It's fascinating. And so go do that. That's what I'll say to watch. Music, I just saw Dayseeker last Sunday, and oh my goodness, they're so very good live. So very good. But for a song this week, go listen to the new Band Camino song called Last Man in the World.
They have a new one out?
It is an absolute
Didn't know
heater.
that.
It's so very good. I'm going to play it for Cole in between these recordings. It's so good. And then food, I just saw this thing on Instagram that I want to try, but I'm not a good cook. Somebody made chicken fettuccine Alfredo egg rolls. So they get chicken fettuccine Alfredo. They get the thing that you put in an egg roll. You put it inside the egg roll. You roll it up, and then you fry it a little bit in a pan. And oh my Lanta, I gained weight thinking about it, but good God Almighty, I want some.
Kylie, I know you're listening, and I need you to make this, please and thank
Fettuccine chicken Alfredo egg rolls.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
So
That is awesome.
give that a shot.
Yeah.
If you need a reference, I saved it on my Instagram. So just message me and I'll send it your way.
Message Noah.
Cole, what are your recommendations?
If I haven't recommended it already, I recommend watching Captain Phillips. It is a fantastic
I just
movie.
showed Cole a meme with Captain Phillips.
Oh, you
before
did?
this
That's right.
podcast.
That's not even why I recommended
So that's even funnier.
Look at me. Yeah, I actually watched that for the first time like maybe a month ago. It's such a good movie. It is so good. It's on Netflix. Tom Hanks is a really great actor. It's intense. It's rated R. It's got
Takes place in tents.
gore and stuff.
Gore.
So no, but it's great. I recommend it. Something to listen to.
Gore.
Owl City is pretty great. And Christian did say many episodes ago they came out with a new album.
Loves Owl City.
And they have come out with a new album, and it's pretty good. But I recommend listening to a song called Clouds by Owl City.
I'll
from
keep my eyes up on the clouds.
Not that one. Because it's good, and it's from their previous album, and I actually like it a lot. And I forgot how much I liked it until I listened to their new album. So, finally, a food thing. A food I recommend eating.
Let's hear it.
Kiwis.
Okay.
Kiwis are good.
Don't you avoid those to get scurvy?
No, you eat them.
Oh,
to get,
that's
or
right,
is that
that's
all
right.
he was eating to get scurvy? I can't
I
remember.
don't remember.
This is a
Good
deep
question.
cut reference. I don't know if anyone's going to get it.
No, they won't. Only we think those
what did they
videos
call
are
it in
funny.
Council Bluffs? That was so good. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to episode 10.
10
We'll see you next time.
on episode 11. Make a wish.